We thank you for the empowering of thy servant, our 44th president, to inspire our nation to believe that yes, we can work together to achieve a more perfect union. And now, Lord, in the complex arena of human relations, help us to make choices on the side of love, not hate, on the side of inclusion, not exclusion, tolerance, not intolerance.
And that was Rev Joseph Lowery of the SCLC giving the benediction at President Obama's inauguration back in 2009. And while that day he preached that we should spread love, not hate, he appears to some to be doing the exact opposite. Now, according to a report in the Monroe County Reporter over the weekend at a re-election rally for President Obama, Lowery, when talking about the lack of African American turnout in Georgia back in 2008, is quoted as saying, quote, well, I don't know what kind of a blank wouldn't vote with a black man running. All that he did with the stimulus was genius. Nobody intelligent would risk this country with Romney. But his comments didn't stop there. The report also reads, quote, Lowery said that when he was a young militant, he used to say that all white folks were going to hell. And then he mellowed and just said, well, most of them were. Not all, most. Now he said he is back to where he was. And then according to the report, the mayor of Forsyth was at the event and said he was, quote, shocked at Lowery's comments. The mayor added that there was talk about putting video of the event on TV, but ultimately decided it wouldn't be a good idea. Now, we reached out to the Reverend Lowery and asked him to clarify his remarks. We're still waiting to hear back, but he did speak with the Daily Caller, and he told them his comment about white people going straight to hell was a joke. Joining me now is reaction from the New York Civil Rights Coalition, Michael Myers, Sirius XM host David Webb. I'm torn because I hear these comments and I'm like, wow. I knew Reverend Lowery. When I went to Atlanta and I was a local host, I knew Hosea Williams. I knew Maynard Jackson welcomed me my first day. Andrew Young, Joseph Lowery, John Lewis. These are all guys that put their lives on the line. Nothing but respect. I'm shocked, honestly. And I said on my radio, you were excoriating me before I came on because I said I would give him some benefit of the doubt, and you still think I'm nuts.
Yeah, you're nuts. You're a hypocrite. This is ridiculous. This is racist. But moreover, what is this world coming to? You have Governor Christie in New Jersey morphing into Al Sharpton of New Jersey. You have the disciple of Martin Luther King Jr.
But I never heard this. I've been around this man.
Listen to me. You talk about Andrew Young. Andrew Young, the other disciple of Martin Luther King, was at the same church with Reverend Lowery as he preaches the gospel of racial idiocy and skin color deification.
It comes down to threat, and what they didn't see you as a threat when you first got there because there wasn't a black man in the White House. But now, remember what I talked about, you can't paint one community with a broad brush, that being the black community, but they see you as a threat to the black man and they circle the wagons around him. Yes, they do, because you're daring to question the black man. And I know it's not fair and I know it doesn't make sense.
I'm questioning the liberal guy.
Right,
I'm not
but no, their point of view is how dare you question this next man. They've actually given Martin Luther King's dream a nightmare about content of character, which is what it's supposed to be about.
Dr. King agrees with me on issues.
And she's a threat to them. I'm a threat to them. Deneen Borelli, black conservatives, because you don't dare toe the line. It's a disgrace. And Sean, it's a legacy of hate that we don't need in this country.
Listen, I have been around him. I've never heard this from him. If he came on this program and said, I'm sorry, this is what I meant, I would give him the benefit of the doubt, which no liberal would give me ever.
We still have time to hear from Reverend Lowery and to hear from Reverend Andrew Young to say, we repudiate, we made a mistake. This was not a joke because nobody's laughing. I would accept the apology if it were sincere. But he goes back to saying this was a long, decades-old joke. You don't joke about racial idiocy. You don't joke about, wait a minute. You have the gospel of racial hatred, whereas they preach to black people. You must love black, you must pray black, you must talk black, and you must vote black. That is racial polarization. It's racial idiocy.
He's right. You don't dare leave the, quote, plantation. If you change a thought, if you disagree with them, Sean, I ran into this in college. It's nothing new, but it is dangerous for our country because people carry it on. It's like Derek Bell. Yeah. He passes on his legacy to others, and they continue. It's disgusting.
And they pretend to walk in the footsteps of Martin Luther King Jr., a man who preached racial reconciliation.
Let me sum it up. Black people, they don't care about you. They care about pushing what they believe, and that is what's wrong with this.
Oh, the race card has been played way too much.
It also means that in their view, that blacks can't think individually or independently. You got to go by your skin color. That's what I call skin color deification.
Guys,
idiocy.
And coming up, not only is Mitt Romney leading in some very important swing states, early voting is favoring him. We'll talk about that. And coming up next, David Limbaugh and Clint Eastwood.